So I'm working on this Chinese, I think it's Chinese or Korean, Keeway Superlight. It wasn't sparking. So I've gone through the usual checks. Basically that's your input signal there. So I checked there for 12-volt signal, nothing. So I was hoping it was a split wire or something. So I stripped the bike tank off and that, nothing. So I tested the pickup coil. Inside here, there's a bit of oil inside here, I don't know how come, but must be leaking. So I tested the coil at this plug and it seemed to be making a sort of a signal. I think it was about, well, I can't really tell you to be honest, I didn't check, I just wanted to see if it was making a signal. It was making a signal there, so I thought, that's okay. So next, I thought I'd find the wire from the ECU, or the CDI, whatever you want to call it, that sends the signal to the coil, the ignition coil. And it was this black wire here. So I tested between there and here for continuity, and I had good continuity. So I knew that wire was pretty much intact. So what I did, I back probed that whilst it was in the connector, and I was getting nothing. Really, you should be getting a 12-volt signal on that black wire if your CDI is working right. So just to test, I back probed it again and touched with power from the battery to this black wire, and it started to, obviously I've got this earthed here. So basically I bypassed the CDI with a 12-volt signal and now it's sparking. So CDI replacement. I'm going to try and hope you see it sparking. I've extended the battery wire here. This one is back probed into the black and white wire, signal wire to the coil. So let's see if we get to spark. It's going to be really hard single-handed, so bear with me. I think you can just see it there. I'll probably just blow the fuse then, but I think you can just see it. Just by tapping them two wires together carefully with two hands, you can start to see it spark. I don't want to do it too often in case I burn something else out. Another way to just test this rather than look at the spark is to use one of these brilliant tools for diagnostics on cars, diesels, everything. Magnetic field tester. So you see it? Not lighting up. I'll touch this back probe wire to earth. So there you see, the coil's energising. So just to show you how useful this magnetic tool is, field tester. Obviously this is a faulty coil, well faulty CDI. Just by turning the button, you can tell by the fact it ain't lighting that there's something wrong either with the coil or the CDI. So it's a brilliant tool that is for diagnostics. I just got it about 2 days ago, love it already. Okay, so yesterday I'd condemned the computer, but I weren't really happy about the input signal from the crank, from the pickup coil. So I thought I'd do a bit of a test today. I'm not sure what the waveform should look like, but I'm pretty happy with what is occurring. So I'll just show you that. So as you can see then on the screen, a good regular pattern and about 0.3 volts AC. And after doing a bit of research, that is roughly about right. The pattern looks a bit different to what I was expecting, but it was regular and consistent, so you've got to say that it's getting an input signal. So I'm definitely going to change the CDI. Okay, so I've back probed at the CDI ECU, whether it's called CDI unit, and I'm getting a signal. This is the input signal from the pickup in the generator. And that's a good steady signal at 0.3 volts, which is about right, I think. So I'm getting a signal at the computer. I can remove the cable and make the ignition coil myself by putting in a 12 volt signal myself. So I'm definitely going to call this computer now and buy another one. I don't know how the computer managed to fail in the crash, but there you go. That's what seems to have gone. The only wire that's bugging me is that one, the red and black. I've got neutral earth, which is fine. Inputs from the pickup, fine. Black and white wire, which sends the signal to the coil, fine. This one, I don't know what it is. Is it a power? If so, it's got no voltage on it, so that's a bit of a worry. Okay, forget it then. I found out what that wire is. Black and red wire is a power coming from your alarm. So I've connected my test light to the positive post of the battery, so it's resisted a bit. There you go. Connected to the positive through my test light. Now sparking. So that was the alarm system all the time. Well, I'm glad I didn't buy a new computer for it, and I wish I'd asked the customer if he had a key fob, alarm fob, which I don't think he's got, so I'll have to speak to him about that. So I'll get a new alarm fob or directly wire it up. Okay then, so all that work for nothing really.